Hey, okay, let's do this. Welcome to JD Williams Noakes Projects. I want to thank you for joining me for my episode 3 review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I've already done the first 2 episodes. If you want to just go back and check those out, mildly disappointed, well, majorly disappointed. However, I do still have hope. And I have to say, as far as I'm thinking about this particular episode, I'll say out of the 3 I've seen so far, it's the best one so far. I think that the pacing in the beginning, it feels more settled in. You know, the other one had something to prove, and then the second one was kind of, I don't know if I should call it erratic, but it was better than the first one, pacing-wise. Performances are still all solid. And the main problems that I have is the same problems pretty much that I've been having. I don't think they're as exasperated as everybody else is, but I think those problems are kind of shifting a little bit. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into my review. From what this is off the top of the head, I did take notes, but I just don't have them on hand right now. I think I can remember them. Show starts off. The pacing in the beginning of this episode I thought was much better. It felt more like I said, it had more direction, and it was a more assured. It starts off with Jen walking back into the maximum security prison that they're keeping the Abomination, Emil Blonsky. This time she doesn't come in with the bad Silence of the Lamb jokes, and she's taking it more seriously, and she goes in to confront him because last episode we found out, well, everybody found out that he was jumping in and out of the cell with Wong to go and do this training or have these matches, what Wong was doing in Shang-Chi, if you didn't see Shang-Chi. So yeah, he had to answer for that, and now it's Jennifer's job, She-Hulk's job, to, you know, convince the parole board to still let him have parole. So that's pretty much where the show starts off, and she's trying to organize how to do the things that she needs to do. So they have to get in touch with Wong, right? Now Wong, you know, Wong is a mystical arts person. Whether the actual laws of the land apply to him, he acts like he doesn't know that they do or don't, and he just keeps it moving. So Wong comes by and says that, you know, he was the reason that Abomination left the cell. He came back on his own. He needed him to train, you know, whatever. Let me get back to some of the other technical aspects of other things that's going on right about now. So in the prison, there's a couple of little Easter eggs and things that happen in and outside of the prison. On the way outside of the prison, it's funny because they actually have a reporter who looks like Wendy Williams, and they also have that reporter that looks like Wendy Williams actually asks Jennifer, is it true that she got her powers during a botched mafia hit, which is her original origin, pretty much, if you didn't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of Easter eggs. Let me see, do I have anything else here? What else? Okay, I do. My notes are right there. Yeah, so I said, like, the way it started off in the beginning definitely felt better. Before the credits come on, you know, they do the whole kind of prologue, and she has a fourth wall break. And what she does in that fourth wall break is remind us, no matter who we're seeing, how much we enjoy them, whether it's Bruce, whether it's Wong, whether it's Blonsky, this is her show. She has to remind us that, you know, this is She-Hulk's show. And to that, I have to say, She-Hulk is a douche. Like, she's just so unlikable. Like, the character of Jennifer Walters is just, but okay. Now this is right here. I wrote CGI was funny because in the beginning she walks into the office, and I thought before, when the show was first starting, I was thinking to myself, like, look, your eyes are gonna adjust to the CGI. It's gonna start looking different, and that has not been happening. But what is happening is that the CGI is getting hilarious to me. So I'm just gonna go and roll with that. Like, the way she glides, the way the face is just all cartoony. And this is the first time that I honestly can say I saw Fiona. I really did. But like I said, it was actually like kind of the funniest part of the film, of the TV show to me. So then I said the Wendy Williams lookalike, the Mafia reference. Okay, now we getting kind of towards the end. She gets Emil Blonsky off. Like I said, it's not really too much missing. It's not too much excitement. It's not too much pushing the story or the narrative really, really forward yet. But she gets Blonsky off after a whole bunch of fanfare. He transforms into the Abomination in front of everybody. He has his 7 wives. Like I said, there's not much there. It's more interesting from a technical aspect. So right around here, she does another fourth wall break. And this I have to say about these fourth wall breaks. The fourth wall breaks are pretty bad. Like 2 of them, I don't know, it might have been 3, but 2 of them were just pointing out writing notes or writing technique. Like one, the B story was the jerk guy that she used to work with at the other law firm. He gets fooled by some shapeshifter into giving up almost $200,000 because he thinks that he's dating Megan Thee Stallion. Cameo to Megan Thee Stallion, well, fine ass. But yeah, and so that's the B story. And the one other decent guy on the show who works with She-Hulk's law firm, he takes the case and he decides to figure out how to get this guy off. Now they have this whole like kind of gag kind of going on with the shapeshifter, but like I said, there's no real like cleverness put into how they're using, you know, these characters. So it's not like anything where I'm like, oh, that was funny, or oh, that was cool, or oh, I didn't guess that. You know, it's always something like very simplistic and innocuous. But hey, we're moving the storyline along. Let's keep moving the story along. So there's this fourth wall break in the bar when they're sitting there. Her and her friends are sitting there having a drink, and she literally says, when the guy whose name is Pug, he sits down, she says, "Oh, linking the A plot and the B plot, nice." It's like, I mean, when she breaks the fourth wall, is it meta in the sense that she knows like the things that's going on around her in the universe? Or is it that she just knows where, I mean, obviously she knows we're on a show, but how much information does she have from that? And it's just, and they're not good fourth wall breaks. They're not clever. They're not solid. They just, I don't know. They're just wrong. Like they're just not good fourth wall breaks. So that brings me to pretty much the end where she's getting out her car. I guess she's walking to her house, but it looks like she has a long, dark alley to walk down. So she's walking down this alley next to her house or whatever, right? And some dudes jump out and jump on her. And it happens to be the callback to the Wrecking Crew. Okay, so what they said with the Wrecking Crew, and for those who don't know, the Wrecking Crew is a gang that had kind of Thor-like powers. You know, it was a bunch of like 4 guys. One had a crowbar, one had a wrecking ball, one had, they had different items, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they were kind of lame, but they were very powerful. So anyway, they come out jumping on her, and like I said, I don't know what kind of logic they're really using, because first off, who would come out and jump on She-Hulk's back to hold her? Why, if somebody jumped on her back, why didn't she just change right away out of fear, right? I mean, come on, like, that's the time to do it by accident, but okay. So then, obviously, a bunch of physicality ensues. You know, I want to call it a fight, but this is where, like, and it was some wonky, real crazy editing the whole time. But the way that this editing happened, it was like, it stuck out a whole lot for me. It stuck out through the whole episode, but right there during that fight, it was really bad. It was one thing where she had to grab the guy off her back and throw him into the person in front of her. But you saw her hand go up like this, and then the edit stopped, and then it picked back up when the guy was already kind of landing on the other guy. And they did that through the whole fight, and they was doing that through the whole show. Like, even at the end, like I said, the guy thought he was dating Megan Thee Stallion, so there was a cameo for Megan Thee Stallion. And there's, at the end, when She-Hulk, after they win the case, Megan Thee Stallion comes to She-Hulk's office, and end up having a good time. They end up twerking together. Now, this is where we get into it again. I don't even mind She-Hulk twerking. I mean, I guess if it would have looked right. However, y'all got this bad CGI. Even her suit is CGI. Like, I'm pretty sure they have her in a pantsuit so they don't have to animate the legs. So now you have this CGI giant woman twerking badly. But it is what it is. And it pretty much ended on that note. Yeah, a win. One other thing I want to touch on, I don't know exactly where they're going with this Hulk blood theory. I hope it doesn't go too far, but it looks like they're kind of leaning into this Hulk blood theory. Like, if you get a Hulk blood, then you can have Hulk strength, which please don't let that be the case. But like I said, I'm going to keep it there. I think that this was pretty much the best episode so far to me. And I hope that it keeps, I mean, I guess with more information and more characterization, it's going to get better. Even the douchebag guy character, which I was thinking earlier, I was like, they're going to have him be a jerk, but they're going to actually have to at least use him for something later, flesh that out. Like, it just can't be like he has all of these gross one-liners for nothing. Like, you know, he'll get development over time, you know, hopefully. But yeah. Everything that's going on in the show, like I said, I hope that it works out. I hope that it leads somewhere. I'm going to stick with it. And I do see a lot of dudes out there putting their foot on the gas. I think that no matter what happens in this show, how good it gets or what happens, they're going to just hate it. They're not going to take the time to even try to relax into it. Like I said, I've seen people that have been critical and we've said that's bad and this is bad, but at least this episode did this or is trying this, but I'll reserve judgment. I just seen people that not giving any type of credit at all. And I can't blame you 100%. However, you know, this one wasn't as bad as the other ones, guys. It wasn't. So that was my review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episode 3. Make sure you check me out next week when I do this again. And thank you very much. Y'all know what it is. JD Williams Note Projects. Catch y'all later. Peace.